Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into an exhilarating horse racing tale. Cohen brought Sanya to the track for a test, but Sanya performed like a sleepy teenager, clocking just 37.2 seconds. Cohen sighed. She looks alright, but is she big and strong? No, just big and fluffy. What a letdown. Looks like a flop. You should say she's been munching grass like there's no tomorrow. Haha, didn't you know I had the scoop? To test Sanya's stamina, Cohen's dad joined, gathering 3 generations around the horse. Iowa instantly dissolved. To help Sanya regain her glory, Grandpa suggested a race. What a surprising turn of events. Cohen surprisingly agreed. Maybe she really would win. For the first time in years, father and son were on the same page. One night not long after, Sanya entered a small race. Cohen was worried her leg injury might hold her back. However, Cal stood by the track, cheering loudly for Sanya, filled with trust and anticipation. Sanya raced down the track, her performance like a battle drum setting everyone's hearts racing. Despite her past pain, her resilience and courage moved everyone, and in the end, Sanya crossed the finish line, claiming 3rd place. She earned $1,100, and Kyle excitedly high-fived her mom, but Cohen and the trainers looked a bit deflated. Their expectations fell short. At that moment, a staff member handed Cohen a document, considering he had already put a price tag on Sanya before the race. $15,000. Someone actually bid for a horse with a broken leg. Unbelievable. This news hit Kyle like a ton of bricks. She crouched by the empty stall, tears streaming down like a broken string of pearls. She thought Dad had accepted Sanya and was willing to invest effort, only to realize he had turned into the kind of person she once despised. Kyle angrily accused her dad of being a big fat liar. You just stand there and say letting her go means she's out. She's just waiting to be sold. She's not running to be sold. Every racehorse has a purpose. She's no ordinary racehorse. She's our precious one, our beloved treasure. Cohen was speechless. Filled with guilt and regret, he realized he was no different from the father he once resented. From that day on, Cohen fell back into a life of confusion and emptiness, thinking this would go on forever, until one day, Kyle's mom had to work late and couldn't make it to the parent-teacher meeting, so Cohen nervously headed to the school. The parent meeting was buzzing with excitement and tension, and the teacher set up a segment for parents to read their kids' essays. Now it was Cohen's distracted time. The essay told the story of a noble king with vast lands and countless horses, until a dark night appeared quietly, gradually eroding his land and horses. But the king never gave up, bravely embarking on a quest to find the legendary. The steed helped him overcome challenges, defeating the dark knight and reclaiming lost land. Cohen's voice faltered as he read. He knew the king and his daughter's story was really him. The land represented family. The dark night symbolized the rifts among them, and their seed. At that moment, all the guilt and regret washed over him like waves. We often save our best smiles for strangers, but forget to turn around and embrace those closest to us. The frustration we swallow at work and the fatigue from socializing often lead us to unleash our worst feelings on those we love. Cohen recognized his mistakes and mustered the courage to sincerely apologize to his daughter, admitting his past selfishness and short-sightedness. I'm sorry, Kyle. Staring at her father's sincere eyes, her bitterness faded, and Kyle forgave him. In that moment, the knot between father and daughter finally untied, and the family rediscovered their long-lost warmth. One morning, Grandpa mysteriously told Kyle, "Someone sent me a goat." Kyle, curious, went to check it out, and when she opened the trunk, she was overjoyed by what she saw. It was none other than Sanya. Grandpa used his last $20,000 to buy Sanya back. What's more, Cohen transferred 50. F. Sanya to his daughter. Partners also got shares. Kyle became the new owner, stepping closer to her dreams. To help Sanya regain her peak, Kyle gave it her all, waking at 4 a.m., often skipping breakfast for training. But lacking expertise, he faced hurdles in training and sought advice from his dad. "I need your help. I want you to train her. I want you to be my coach." Cohen freely shared his experience, and Sanya's presence bridged the gap between father and daughter. This brought the family closer together, allowing them to share their joys and sorrows, while Kyle gradually grew into a more resilient and confident girl. However, during a lively dinner, Carl suddenly stood up and announced an astonishing decision. He wants Sanya to compete in the Jockey Cup on October 29th. The whole family gasped in shock. That's a top-tier event, with a whopping $14 million prize, the pinnacle of horse racing. Surprisingly, Kyle made the decision to choose trainer Manny as the jockey. It turned out that during a training session, Kyle noticed a scar on Manny's shoulder. She too had once harbored dreams of racing. She had participated in formal races, but had a nasty fall just before crossing the finish line. A subsequent 3 horses trampled on her, breaking 4 ribs, forcing her to leave the track. Nevertheless, Manny's love for racing never faded, and Kyle was set to give her this chance.